right? And it's so funny, and then I'll allow you to continue to piggyback on that, but I want to kind of, millennials out there, I want y'all to understand that, and this is, I'm not religious, but I'm certainly spiritual. So I want to kind of tie in where Kervines was at this time and where I was mentally, right? And we didn't know each other really that much. We weren't in business together. Literally, he just knew that I did real estate, and I had seen that he was starting to take the same steps as me. So at the time, when Kervines was frustrated, dropping the ball on his deals, you know, I was out here, and I wasn't even a full-time wholesaler at the time. I had a little experience. I had closed probably, I might have had maybe like 10 deals under my belt at the time. Or that might have been like going on my 10th deal. Very new in the business. I was about a year and a half into the business at this time. And I was going through an intervention with myself in my business, and I was trying to adopt the lifestyle. Like, I was trying to figure out how can I take real estate, wholesaling, entrepreneurship 100% serious. And at the time, I was still living a life. I was running the streets. I was hustling, and I was telling myself that I need to make two major changes. I want to build a team. I want to get somebody around me that wants to go on this journey, because in our area, nobody was doing real estate. There was no uncles or OGs or people in the neighborhoods that came from real estate. Like, real estate wasn't cool. So when I adopted it, everybody kind of like pushed away from me because they knew that it wasn't something that they could even fathom to have the confidence to attempt. So I began to ask God for help and just get me around the right people that I don't even care if they smarter than me or not, just people that want to do real estate. And I talked about how I wanted to get an office. I wanted to feel like an entrepreneur. I wanted to be serious about it. I was ready to just burn all the ships and take it serious. So when Kervines called me about that lead, you know, we ran it. I came through, was able to get the property closed, put it under contract, help them find a buyer, paid them a finder's fee. But at the same time, my mindset was so driven on build, give people opportunity. So after we did the deal, you know, we could have just gave us $500 and just went about our days. But I was like, yo, listen, you know what I mean? I wanna partner up. I'm looking to build a team. I told him my vision, and we had another partner too at the time. But I told him my vision, and long story short, he said, I'm with it. Whatever you need me to do, let me know, blah, blah, blah. And that's kind of how our journey hit off. We used to work at my house on the kitchen table. I mean, in my living room, we would come to my house and work, but it just wasn't right. Like, we was trying to put it together, but it just did not feel right. So I told Curve, I said, you know what? Let's just go look for some office spaces. And at the time, we didn't have no money for our company. I said, listen, if I can count on you to just grind and be locked in with me, I'll help us get started, right? We went and got an office. Probably about a week later, we found the office. We started getting desks. We started getting some stuff in our office. And it still took us about like 90 days, like probably like 4 or 5 months after we got the office to take it serious. I had some problems going on. I had lost my license for a couple months, you know, and then like he was a new entrepreneur, and now I was leaving him out here to try to figure it out. So we were just battling with a few things. But once we finally got it together, we had a big meeting one day, and we pretty much burnt the ships at that point. That was about, I would say, like October 2017 was about that time right there. So talk to him about when we burnt that ship and we went on that journey going into 2018. Talk to him about how you overcame your confidence and how you was able to learn how to start positioning yourself in between real estate deals.
Honestly, I would say the biggest thing is not just, you know, you're going to fail so many times, but, you know, a lot of people are going to give up. I would say the biggest thing for me is I didn't give up. No matter how many times I failed every week, but I didn't give up. I got up, I got better, you know, one conversation at a time. I keep positioning myself better and better until it became second nature to me.
Literally.
So when we went on to, I think, 2018, we went crazy, you know. I think we might have did 20, maybe about close to 30 deals, probably $250,000. That was our first like real, you know, breakout year after we had that big meeting.
Yeah.
So it just opened my eyes up. I went like in a year and some change, like, you know, pretty much you don't know what's gonna happen, and
right.
We just locked in, we dialed in, and we ain't looked back since that day.
Gotcha.
So
So outside of like the money and all the deals, talk about that year in 2018. Now you're a full-blown entrepreneur. You got business going on every day. You're generating money. You made more money than you probably made ever in your life. You probably made more than anybody in your family has made. So talk to us about outside like the money and the checks. What did you learn during that journey in 2018? And then from an entrepreneurial aspect.
I would say I kind of just learned how to. I would say just learn how to be a boss. Learn how to be like. This is my first time even being in a position like this.
Right.
So I had to just, undertake that employee mindset and throw it out the window.
Right.
And understand
so you had to change your mindset and have the boss mentality. You had to take the 9-to-5 mentality out of that. So what are some things that you had to? Because now when you're a boss, you are responsible for yourself, right? Certainly when you're a small business, like people create LLCs every day. On paper, you are a boss, but until you have a business flowing with a process and a plan in place is when you're truly a boss. So when you put the business plan in place, what are some of the things that you had to hold yourself accountable for? Like what was that day-to-day activity? What was the conversations you had with yourself? What was that accountability to have that successful year for you and your company?
I would just say like just having a game plan every day. Just knowing that I gotta make a certain amount of calls every day. I gotta make sure my marketing is going out. I gotta make sure we're paying rent every month and getting the bills paid and the utilities paid.
Yeah.
I gotta, link up with Isaac and see what is our game plan for the week or for the month. What goals do we want to hit?
Right.
When you're taking on that boss role, you gotta understand that you're responsible for everything that happens in your business.
Right.
So, just I guess I would say the biggest thing is really just being really accountable.
Accountable.
It's gonna be the biggest thing because when something goes wrong, there's no one to blame but yourself.
Yeah, that's big.
I would say that would be the biggest thing is just really just having a daily game plan, waking up and getting to it. Like that's literally how I, woke up every day. I went like, look, I got to figure out how I'm gonna bring in a new deal to the table, a new contract, new leads, new buyers. It was just like. You had to do it all.
Right,
you
right.
simply had to do it all, and or you're gonna crash. You're gonna crash.
Makes sense.